That's what I'm saying. It's
1999.
It looked weird.
RIP to him and
Throw the
RIP
year away.
to Caroline Flack, who sadly took her life last week, Saturday.
That one spun me as well.
Yeah.
It's
mad.
bizarre.
Because it's all the mental
mad.
things that people were saying. And then, did you see those pictures of her ex-boyfriend, who obviously slated her before?
Oh yeah.
When he came out and was like, "This is all the things that she's done," but then he's also released a statement and said how sorry he is and how he never intended it for the ill will to go that far as it did when people were slating her before. But there's like pictures of them that they're using on like those super zoom cameras of him like crying in the street in Australia. And he's like hiding behind a wall, and they're still taking photos of him. It's
People
like,
are awful, man.
What is wrong with you?
I think like this
sick,
situation, that's what it said. It's like shown us how the media, because I think
it's
for like
messed
a
up.
long time I've like been noticing it, but this has really made us see how the media is so invasive and
Mad.
that these,
Really
like, these
dangerous.
celebrities are people.
Yeah.
And I think we've become so desensitized to like these people that are in the public eye, like they are people.
Yeah.
'Cause even is it Laura Whitmore, the one that's now?
Yeah.
Because she actually she filmed it. It was on her Twitter that she was with her boyfriend Ian, the guy who also does the voiceover for Love Island.
They got married recently.
They're together.
Yeah, they got married. Yeah.
Oh, my heart is so
Joel
full.
McDermott and his girlfriend.
Right, I just confused white people.
Oh,
I'm confused. I don't know what's happening. I'm hearing names, but I don't
you're
know.
the voiceover guy.
The voiceover guy.
was
and
He's
the
married
new-
to the new host of Love Island.
Oh.
Yeah, they've been together.
So she busted. I mean, they busted. Wait, I don't know.
They're just married, isn't it?
Oh.
So I think
No,
this was
I
like the
wrong
first
people.
time.
I got the wrong white people mixed up.
You're just, you know what, you lot all just,
who did you
you lot
think?
already.
It was another guy who's a host of another show got married to a blonde woman. I thought she got married to
This nigga is
the guy
just
from
basically
You know
ignore
what?
him, innit?
Yeah, he's just
I got confused.
saying things.
There's a miscommunication with myself.
Okay.
You know what? He's miscommunicating.
Yeah, there's a miscommunication.
Go
Myself.
back to the
You
drawing
stay in the
board.
corner, miss.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just.
man.
But so she was filming this photographer because it was the first time she'd seen Ian since everything had happened.
Yeah.
'Cause obviously he's like, I think he was in like South Africa for Love Island, and this photographer was actually taking pictures of them together, and she was filming him. She was like, he hasn't left me alone, and he's like, oh, why are you filming me? Why are you filming me? And it's like,
Why are you following
this is
me?
what I'm saying. It's mad. It's actually
And you
crazy.
see him turn around, don't you? And he still goes to take another photo after after he's walked away from them.
That's the most jobless job, though.
This is what I'm saying.
Do you think?
That's the most
there's-
job. I feel like you can be jobless having a job. That is a
Yeah.
jobless job.
But also,
Paparazzi.
just imagine having to go home and be like, or going into school and be like, oh, what did your parents do? And be like, oh, my dad's a photographer for the Daily Mail.
My dad works at TMZ.
Can you imagine?
Your dad is jobless, bro.
Jobless.
Jobless. Whatless.
People.
Jobless.
But do you feel there's
Whatless.
like anything that can be controlled in terms of, I don't know,
Throw the
protecting
media away.
celebrities?
Throw the media away.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it.
it.
I think
That's it.
I
Hard.
think there needs to be so many things put in place, but at the same time, I feel like we're now at an age where everyone's got a phone.
Yeah.
Everyone can film everything.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
And it's like people are so obsessed with things. Like as much as we can be like, we don't need to see this, we don't need to see this, but how many people are going on The Sun and going on TMZ and going on the Daily Mail and then clicking on it straight away to go and see like these awful things, like the pictures of Caroline Flack's flat.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
Why does anyone need to see her flat
Exactly.
where she killed us? Like no one needs
That's
to see
too mad.
that.
Yeah.
But like even like influence and stuff like that. I think I can't remember her name. She like broke it up with her husband, and then people were like commenting on her Instagram, going, "We funded your life for years. We deserve to know." And I'm like,
No, you do not.
"No, you do not. What?" It was wild. People.
You funded it with views. You didn't put any money out of your pocket.
It's
That
mad.
was your choice, son.
That's it's a you problem because you chose to watch that.
Yeah. It's techie. I don't want to be
No, go
somber
for it.
Ibby, but I don't think there's anything you can do, because
No.
we've created this culture.
Yeah,
So
we're
I
too
feel
far
like
gone. I
it's
think
escalated
we're
Yeah.
too far
so
gone.
much
It's gone
that
too-
I
it's
don't
gone too
actually
far.
see it- I don't actually see like a regression of this
Yeah.
this entire situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I think it's just going to continue. And I'm like genuinely just always think about the generations that are coming after us. and
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
this
Oh,
to
yeah,
be
it's
done. I'm
mad.
just like, what?
It's so
I don't
mad.
know what
Yeah.
what life.
I feel like if we
everyone's
don't,
gonna be living.
if
There's
we don't
no-
fix it, it's gonna be mad for the rest of them.
Like,
Like
how
Ibby
you-
said, I don't know how
how
it can
do
be
you do
fixed.
that?
It's
How
just
do you
there's
fix
just too many
that?
factors. I think
Yeah.
I guess if you're in the limelight, you have to always protect yourself as well. Because I think
Yeah.
it's kind of a shame to hear like Caroline was going through something but nothing was said, or she wrote a message and didn't post it about things that she was going through. Like if there is any sort of cover up from, I don't know, management or whatever, I don't think that's right. In terms of if you feel what type of way, you should be able to look after yourself or protect yourself. Your mental state is more important than your career or how you're perceived. I think like I don't really know the ins and outs of her situation, but just for celebrities, because I think we had a conversation and I was basically saying that like if social media, if like it's a very like, it's a bit like dark to say, but it's like if social media is affecting you, just come off of it. But you can't just come off of it
because it's gonna follow you around.
It's always gonna follow you around. But at the same time, are you doing the necessary things to protect yourself? Because social media, just take it away or get someone to deal with it, and then once it dies down, you can bring it back. If like as well, like you said as well, that it would be in public, people will come up to you. Sometimes if you have to take a like retreat or go somewhere for a while and then come back, you should do that as well. And then like with people, it's cool. Like I know that it's funny to do banter and stuff on social media, but sometimes
people
it's
take it
not.
too
Like,
far.
Yeah,
it's
people
not
take
necessary.
something.
It's that whole thing as well, like the anonymity. I can't even say the word.
Anonymity.
Yes, thank you very much. of things. And people just get really carried away, like behind their screens, just because they don't see the direct effect of what you're saying to someone. Whereas, like, if you actually stood in front of somebody's face, you would never say that to
You
them.
I think it's a million years.
That
I think
reaction,
it's knowing,
number one,
though.
number two, you might just get punched.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
But
there's like a whole.
It's the knowing that
thing
you
there.
can talk to someone. Like when we were younger, how were you ever going to talk to someone that was famous?
Exactly.
Whereas now you can tweet something and know that there's a possibility
They're
that
gonna
they
reply.
can see
Yeah.
it. And I think that is half the issue. But I also think it's mental because you've got to think now, even if you do get into the limelight, people are looking at you from the aspect of, oh, this is all the things that they've done on their social medias when they were 14 and 15. So you have to now dredge all of that up from before. And no one's very few people are saints at 14 or 15.
No
People
one is,
do
yeah.
say stupid things. People change and people grow and move on from things. But now all of a sudden it's like we're into a culture of cancelling people and hating people for what they did at 14 or 15.
Right.
It's just
mad.
a bit mental.
Some people need to get punched.
Some people do.
These
It's
trolls,
true.
these
And
trolls
you know what's mad
Yeah.
as well, yeah? Some people aren't even angry about it. It's just
No.
entertainment. Like
Yeah.
trying to get a retweet or just trying to just get some sort of humor from it. And then it's like the rule now is it's only funny until they kill themselves. Like
No,
Yeah.
that's what
and
it
then that's
is.
when everyone stops. And
And then for a
then
week
you
it's
have
like,
people
oh,
like,
be
oh my
kind.
god, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like be
Be
kind, blah,
kind.
blah,
Because
blah.
that's what the whole thing was with Mike as well.
Yeah.
When obviously it happened to Mike before, and he was out at a pub around the corner from me, literally the night it happened.
Is this Love Island, man?
Yeah. And he was there, and then he went home and it happened. But imagine being told you're a mug and you're a prick
Yeah.
all the time.
Every time someone
day.
sees you,
And
yeah.
then
Every time they
he
see you,
died.
or just like people just like the fact that everyone's coming up to you and just calling you a mug every time
Yeah.
they speak to you. All right, Muggy Mike? Like,
even when he
Go
died,
punch
I
somebody.
think it was the son. They were like, "Oh, Muggy Mike has died." I'm thinking,
That's
how
not-
are you
yeah.
calling him
No.
Muggy
So
Mike?
stupid,
No,
bro.
where's the
The
sensitivity?
disrespect.
it's just mental. But
I feel like what you said about just being accessible to everyone. I feel like just everyone being accessible and just the accessibility to not even necessarily just celebrities, just like YouTubers, for example. It's just bred entitlement. Like
That's 100%.
like you feel like you're entitled to every single piece of their life,
Yeah.
no matter what it is. Even like the idea of saying, I think the person you said about their divorcing her husband, and you're like, yeah, why haven't you updated us? This, that, just stuff like that is mad, and it's just mad. I can't even. It doesn't compute in my head.
yeah,
I feel
It doesn't
like
even
I've
compute
got a
in my
friend
head.
and she's got like 300,000 followers on Instagram.
Mm.
She posted a picture with her boyfriend the other day, and someone commented on it and were like, "Oh, but I much preferred you with like whatever his name, like her ex-boyfriend."
Bruv.
Who asked you?
She
Bruv.
broke up with him
Don't tell
4
me.
years
Don't
ago.
tell me
Bruv,
what
don't tell me what you
She-
prefer.
She broke up with him 4 years ago. She's been
That's
with
the
her
whole-
boyfriend
Are
for
you
2
paying my bills?
years.
Are you
Can you
paying my
imagine?
For
bills?
2
you know what I
years.
mean?
Imagine someone having the audacity to
Yeah.
comment on your photo.
Listen,
She's not a
Wild.
celebrity. She's not a famous person.
That's what I mean. It's
She walked
literally
in this
anyone.
room, none of you would probably know who she
Yeah.
is.
Nope.
She's just got a few followers on Instagram.
So I preferred you
I
someone
feel
else.
Wild.
like social media and stuff sometimes kind of like feeds like these negative parts of humanity. Just like in terms of, you know, feeling like you can say to someone, "Oh, I am entitled to know this about
Yeah.
you."
Mm-hmm.
In terms of your ego, like just having the ability to say that is just really feeding all of these things. You know, like inhumanity, which is just I don't,
Yeah.
future of the world, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
mad.
Pe-
And it's,
People that haven't developed sense.
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
this whole thing of
No
like
sense.
you see it a lot of like rising people up, and then when it's like, oh, you've gotten to a good enough level, and then dragging them back down. This whole thing, I don't get that either.
And it starts so young. Like, I teach kids on a Saturday. Some of them are like 8 years old and they're all on TikTok. Yeah. I don't know I don't know how you use TikTok. I don't know what you're doing on there.
I don't get it.
It's like Vine.
It's Vine.
Is it?
Yeah. But I mean, they're all on it, and they're 8 years old. They've all got iPhones. They're all like, oh my god, have you seen this? They're all like, some of them have Instagrams that are supposedly looked at by their parents.
Yeah.
Who knows who's sending you messages and doing absolute madness?
Amount of issues, because I work in a school as well, and I work in like student support services, and the amount of issues like you get with social media where parents have to come in, the police have to come in sometimes and give talks to the kids because people are threatening people. Like, it's mad. It's mad.
Accessibility,
like
man.
Things going viral as well. Like, you know, like imagine you had a fight with someone. You know, when you always see these videos of people having fights and then one girl's wig gets snatched and she gets dragged everywhere, and then that goes viral. Imagine being that person, and everyone's.
Rebecca Black was like the first person that happened to, of our generation. And she had a birthday party. She made a music video for her birthday at 13, and then everyone was like, Rebecca Black should die.
Just imagine her.
Do you know how mad that is?
And just because they didn't like her song.
Yeah, because
you don't have to listen to it.
It was a bop, like.
It's actually a bad
Is it a bop? It's Friday, isn't it? It's Friday.
Gotta get down on Friday.
You know what she was talking about? Because you gotta get down on Friday.
Well, when you start working, what's Friday?
Yeah, what's Friday? Let's go. Let's have it. Like, she was right.
She tried to do Saturday, but it didn't pop, man.
But it was a dead song. But at the same time, no, it wasn't. It was a dead song.
At the time, it was
Friday or Saturday?
Saturday was dead.
Saturday was dead. Friday's a fucking banger.
It was her birthday party. That's what she did for her birthday. She recorded a song and made a music video. It went viral, and then everyone's telling her to die.
She was signed to that random black guy who's in the video.
Oh yeah, he did a rap. Yeah. It's all coming back to me now. Mad.
Oh,
but she actually posted something recently when she spoke about it. Didn't she say it was like the 10th or whatever?
Yeah,
anniversary.
She went on that program in America with P Diddy and Meghan Trainor. She was on there.
Yeah.
Or The Voice.
The Four.
What? She was one of the four.
No, she didn't make it, but
she was good though.
But she was actually good. She had a decent voice.
She was good.
Oh, she'd been training.
Oh.
I mean, she was just 13 at the time.
My heart. That's Rebecca Black, man.
It's true, you know.
Social media is fucking trash, man.
No, it's disgusting. I really want to come off of it, but
can you see why it gives me a headache?
Yeah.
I think Twitter is the worst for me.
Yeah, Twitter is mad.
Like, did you hear about the Dot Rotten thing?
Yeah, that was awful.
Like, I know he was trying shit and stuff, but basically, Dot Rotten was trying shit about Sneak Boy's son.
Oh,
and then Sneak Boy didn't like respond or anything. He just he
when I see you, I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, and he posted a picture of him grabbing by the neck and like
there was a video that came out as well.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And now his eyes crying.
And the thing is, and he's like grabbing by the neck.
It's not even that I care about. It was the reaction of everyone else on Twitter. Yeah. You see so many tweets going at Dot Rotten like, he's a waste man, blah blah. They're doing memes, all of this, and the thing is,
and he's crying in the
and the thing is, if he killed himself tomorrow,
everyone will be doing.
These are all the same people.
The same people. That's what I'm saying. And it's just like,
I don't even remember what the kid's name is. That little Australian child. That I think their mom's just posted the video.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And everyone's now been like, yeah, he's actually 18.
He's actually not.
He's like 9.
He's 9.
And
it's mad.
And
like people have actually run with the he's 18. He lied about.
But I don't understand where and why.
It's because there's like pictures of him in good clothes, so they're like, this is a grown man. That doesn't mean he's
just because you're rich doesn't mean niggas ain't bullying you.
And like people saying, we got scammed. No, his mum never asked for money.
This is what
you niggas made the GoFundMe.
You made the GoFundMe. You sat on your own.
Well, you got scammed out of compassion.
You know what I mean?
Wanker. What's happening?
Because I saw the money.
You're very correct.
Because I saw the meme when someone put, I don't know if you guys watch Game of Thrones, but they put a Lannister always pays their debts.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, these guys are moving mad. Then I saw the actual video about it. I was like, so it's about bullying, and you guys have decided to send them money.
This nigga is in the video saying, I want to die.
Do you know what I mean?
Crying. And we turned it into a high.
And we've literally just had like a stream of little like 8-year-olds, 9-year-old people having committed suicide because of bullying, and this is how you're carrying on.
But that's the thing, nothing can be serious on social media.
Yeah. No. So that's what I just hate it. If it wasn't for work, I wouldn't use it. I would just get rid of it completely.
Listen, I delete social media all the time. I'm on and off it.
It's quite scheduled.
All of a person where you just appear.
Yeah, like I'll just
By
be
the
back.
time I'm like, oh, you're back.
Yeah. Like I'll
back.
come off
You
it for
okay?
like 3 months and I'll come back and be like,
Nah.
Yeah, you good.
and then I get sick of it again. I'm like, fuck this shit, delete it again.
Guess
Right.
who's back?
It's annoying because I feel like that's what I find out most things. Like
Yeah, that's
the
Yeah.
times I'm off it, I'm so out of the loop. It's like I could be up to date with current events, but just general, just social fucking
Yeah.
phenomenons. I have no, like, you know that everybody
Just
say
like
yeah
pop
thing.
culture,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Oh,
on
yeah,
social
you was
media when it
offline.
happened. He was saying it, and I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. He's like, you serious?
But everybody say yeah.
Yeah. I was like, what is, why? I honestly said, why is everybody saying yeah?
Why say it like,
Why?
yeah, why they say it like that?
Yeah.
I always think that's a good thing though. Like
What,
I feel
coming
like
off social media.
yeah,
Yeah, you
because
need it,
I
I
think
think.
there's all these different things that's going on, and actually, are people focusing on their lives and their well-being and getting to where they want to be in their like no,
That's
because
a fact.
everyone's too busy
Yeah.
riding all these little waves that's going, you know.
Niggas trying to go viral. on
100%.
Twitter,
Yeah,
man.
everyone's too
Exactly.
busy trying to keep up. No one's keeping up
Yeah.
with themselves.
That's a fact.
And then people like living their lives for people that you don't know.
You don't even know.
Fam, that's the
yeah.
worst part.
I'm like, huh? You don't
That's
know
a
these
lot.
They don't even
people.
know
They don't know
you.
you. What
Yeah.
are you
They
doing?
don't even know you
Listen,
exist.
It's not everyday share, man.